Namaskar. We are continuing with 16 points. 16 points is the entire set of disciplines which develop the body, elevate the mind and purify the spirit, and finally lead to the spiritual liberation. We have got a very expensive, very sophisticated piece of technology, biotechnology, evolved during the billions of years of evolution on this planet Earth. So we have got this body capable of wonderful things. We can enjoy beautiful emotions. We can make use of very high advanced subtle intuition, and we can have very sharp intellect. But we can also have lower and often negative emotions, and we can transform our life into the really hellish existence. We can live in hell, we can live in paradise. It's up to us. So we have to know, we have to be able to tune, to adjust our body in such a way that we lower down the lower emotions and enhance, improve, discover the higher states. So 16 point is all about that, about adjusting our body, about changing our body and mind to experience a different dimension of existence. I have made quite a long break, so I'm continuing today with the point number 4. As you remember, the first 8, they're very physical, they're about regulating the physical existence, the physical life, and other 4, they are psychological, ideological, spiritual, ideational. Yeah, so one by one we will come there. So, but today we are still in the physical level. The point number 4 is called lungota or kaupina, wearing lungota or kaupina. I will focus on the male practice. Of course, for females also there is a prescription, but I will prefer if my colleague, lady teacher of yoga meditation, she will explain, because she obviously knows much more about female physiology than I do. So for males, very important, actually, very important practice. I couldn't believe before I tried myself. What kind of underwear it is? It is actually very primitive. Originally just 2 racks. One is wrapped around your waist and another one is wrapped around the first rack. And by wearing that type of system, you manage to fixate your genital organs. And if there is a fixation, that fixation does not allow the movement, does not allow the stimulation. And if there is no stimulation, there is no agitation. And there is no agitation in the nerves, in the brain, there is no loss of energy. It seems to be very minor, but actually it makes a big difference. Of course, that type of system I described, they use in like traditional fighting arts, martial arts, or like wrestling, the sumo wrestling in Japan, and the Thai boxing in Thailand. Something similar they use. And today we also developed a little bit more convenient system. 2 racks are stitched together, and I will record the video. It will be demonstrated how to wear and how to properly wear it, conveniently wear it. But that video will not be published, just open, it will be available through the link. So whoever likes to see, they will like to see, they can see. Of course, this video also ladies can watch, because maybe they're gonna get inspired and they're gonna suggest their brothers, their husbands, their colleagues, whoever is around, this type of underwear, because this underwear really changes life. This is my experience. Okay, when the energy is not wasted at the lower levels, at the point of second chakra and the first chakra. That energy, the human being is just like a pipe, and in the pipe there are many holes. So if you pour the water and the lower pipes are open, the water will come out of the lower pipes, lower holes in the pipe. But if you close the lower holes, the water will rise, and you close, the water will rise, and finally it will energize the higher level. So we are like that pipe. We can burn the energy at the lower levels, but we can push it upwards. And then when the energy comes up to the higher centers, like for example Anahata chakra, it energizes the Anahata chakra. And here you have all the human treasures, such as willpower, such as ability for the rational judgment. This is the vritti here. Such as hope, such as effort. There are many, many treasures, and heart and love. Love is the most important. You have noticed that if you are managing to stay out of the genital stimulation, if that area is not getting stimulated, and for some time, when the energy comes here, you just feel blissful. You just feel full of love. So that is an interesting point. And also, there is a certain position. The genital organ is directed upwards and fixated. So that particular situation, it improves just somehow it creates a certain secretion of hormones that you feel very alert and you feel very uplifted actually. I remember first time I wore it, I saw my friend is wearing that kind of underwear, and I asked him, "Hey, what is this? It looks very unusual." He said, "You don't know? If you don't know this, means you have not lived." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because you cannot have good concentration, you cannot have good meditation without that." I didn't believe, but I was very, very curious young man, and I wanted to try. So he gave me a present, so I wore it, and I remember the state of mind. I remember I wore it and I went to university, and I was sitting, it was just like so much clarity and so much feeling inside that whatever I do, I will be successful in what I do. Now, after understanding the biopsychology of yoga, of that science of chakras and biopsychology, I understand why it works like that. But that time it was just like a miracle to me. I was thinking, come on, this cannot be true. But then it was also very convenient, and I decided, if it is like that, I will wear it all the time. So all the higher potentialities of the human body and mind will get activated when you manage to push your vital energy upwards. And for that, a set of disciplines regulating your body needs to be observed. So, yeah. Please wear Longota, try to wear it. In the beginning, maybe you will feel a bit difficult, you will feel a bit unusual, but after wearing it for 1 week, I think you will not be able to wear anything else, because it is really life-changing practice. Thank you very much, and another video I will record for the demonstration. I will ask somebody to make a proper demonstration how to wear that kind of underwear. Thank you. Namaskar.